Greetings. We're beginning something new with this video. It's a representation of the mayor's comments that appeared in the last issue of the Taneytown Record, with a few updates. It's our hope that this will enable more folks to hear the message, and as always, your comments are welcome. Well, summer's over, and we're in the midst of a glorious fall season. I hope you all had a wonderful summer, and make sure you make the best of these beautiful days ahead. It's been a busy summer indeed around town, and toward the end of August, Myra and I were able to spend some time with my oldest daughter, Peggy, and her husband on Kiawah Island in South Carolina. What a beautiful and tranquil place. We also got to know her in-laws, Tony and Marguerite from Tennessee. Wonderful people. On the way home, Myra and I stopped in Charleston, a city we dearly love, but not nearly as much as Taneytown. And I guess that's what summertime is for, family and friends and taking it easy. We've all heard of the recent flooding in this part of South Carolina. It's taken its toll on the folks that live there. Please keep them in your prayers. And I must say our city didn't stop while we were away for those few days. And we've accomplished much since I last wrote my mayor's comments for the record in July. I've talked to you previously about a major capital project that is underway at our wastewater treatment plant. We're making our plant compliant with the latest series of EPA and state mandates to reduce contaminants that will enter the bay. This project is well underway and should be completed by spring. With these renovations, we're going to be on the cutting edge of technology because of the equipment being installed there. Biomag system. The greatest majority of these costs, in fact 87%, is being provided by a cost by the Maryland Department of Environment. Still, the city has considerable funds invested in the final project. The result will be a cleaner bay, and it's worth the effort. Also, since my last article, the council has approved a new section of housing development in Meadowbrook, Section 4. This will bring new residents to the small town with a big heart. And speaking of new, we've added 3 new eateries in our town. Recently opened have been Jenny's in the old Bentley's location, Grandma's Gems at the old Backyard Barbecue and Snowball Stand location, and Broken Spoke at the old Gunner's Grill locations. Make sure you stop by and support these new businesses. In addition to the new restaurants, I'd like to remind everyone of a relocation of the Chinese restaurant that was on the square. New Asia has moved to the shopping center. It's now called Fortune Star. I'm sure they would appreciate your business too. And looking around town, there's a lot been going on, particularly in the downtown area. We've had a new merchant in the old Nook building called Rust by Justin. This is truly a unique business. It has handcrafted treasures and art that you'll need to see. Other downtown changes saw Vintage Colors moving from the square to a storefront next to the Stonehouse Cakery. By the way, Stonehouse Cakery, don't let that name fool you. In addition to having the best baked goods anywhere, they also offer a full line of organic dairy products, ice cream, cheese, etc. Stop in and say hi to Lois and her staff for the best soup and deli sandwiches anywhere. Make sure you watch our website and our Facebook pages for the coming downtown activities this fall and holiday season. To begin September, the Lions Club hosted the 4th annual Family Fun Days in our Memorial Park. I hope you had a chance to spend some time and support our local Lions. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't the most cooperative, but we did need the rain. Last Saturday, October the 17th, was the annual Fall Fest in Memorial Park, featuring the pet parade and many prizes for the most precocious pets. The weather was a little nippy, but we had a good crowd and a wonderful day all around. I enjoyed talking to many of you. Also featured was an antique tractor show, which is always one of my favorites, although we were in competition with the Farm Museum's fall festivities. And Barnyard Bingo event was also there. That was sponsored by the Taneytown Chamber of Commerce, and Bossy called a local number for its winner. A resident of Frederick Strait won the big prize, and the other winners were from right here in town also. In council action since we last talked, we have been busy discussing water and sewer issues to see if there was a better way to approach the way we generate revenue to meet our obligations. Recall from the last issue I mentioned that I was going to appoint a committee to study this situation. That committee has met weekly through the end of September and completed their work. The committee came up with an interim report that council acted on in our September meeting, and the final report was presented to council in the October meeting. We will consider these recommendations at a future meeting, which of course will be open to the public. Most of the recommendations from the first report the council accepted. This is a tough issue, and there's no easy fixes or silver bullet solutions, and we may have come up with so many ideas that we'll continue to explore. One of the highest priorities of council is to make our procedures more equitable and user-friendly, a system for billing and payment. We have made huge strides in this area, and if you're having trouble meeting your water and sewer obligations, talk with us. You'll be surprised with what we can work out. Some more good news is that Taneytown is now part of the FEMA Emergency Floodplain Management System. We had not been before. Now property owners are able to take advantage of this nationwide flood insurance program. And other items that are to come before the council in the near future, we're looking at strengthening of our ethics laws that will actually assign penalties for those who violate ethics standards. In this vein, new regulations are being considered to better regulate campaign financing. Currently, we have none. Your input on these items or any other issues facing the town is always welcome. In an effort to make the actions of the various cities' committee meetings and council meetings more available, we've begun recording many of these meetings and posting them on our website and Facebook page. We will still encourage your participation by being part of the live audience, but if you can't make it on meeting night, you can always catch the action on our website. Again, we welcome your comments. I wrote my original remarks on September the 17th, Constitution Day, and the morning following the second session of the Republican presidential debates. I hope you had a chance to watch them. The individuals participating stressed the importance of the guarantees we're afforded as Americans by our Constitution. During my time off this summer, I completed a book about Jefferson and Madison, two of my heroes and founding fathers of this great nation. One thing I learned is the Constitution did not just happen. There was much discord among the framers of the document, and there was much give and take and much compromise. The document they arrived at was not perfect, but is the best one we have and perhaps the best one on the planet. Whoever is elected for president in 2016 will have an awesome responsibility to uphold this Constitution for our protection and the protection of future generations. Make sure you take an active part in electing the new president. Let your voice be heard. And speaking of the Constitution, I always close with a history quiz. I want to congratulate the Watkins kids who jointly answered the last issue's question that identified Judge Harry Claybaugh as the Chief Justice with the Taneytown connections. Our history questions are open to all school-age children, and the first one to respond to my email wins a gift card. I want to thank you for listening to my presentation. Your comments are welcome, and I'll see you again next month.